Welcome to the show, ENNÈ. You are a versatile, multidisciplinary artist excelling in music, art, and fashion. A soulful singer-songwriter and producer, now based in the West Midlands. You gained critical acclaim with your mixtape Daughter of Year, produced by Eshon Burgundy, and your self-produced acoustic EP, Gather Them. You won multiple awards, including recognition for your film compositions, and you were commissioned for a song for the Mayor of Worcester. You've done all kinds of stuff. It's fantastic to have you on the show, ENNÈ. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do tell us more.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. It has been, I don't know how long it was since I last spoke with you guys, but a lot has happened since.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been really cool actually. It's really, I'm no longer living in London, but I have now begun a new beginning here in the West Midlands in the UK. And so yeah, it's like I've done a lot already with my music career and stuff, and now my art, my visual work is kind of kicking off, and now also my fashion brand is kicking off. And it's all happening at the same time. So yeah, I did release a mixtape at the beginning of this year called Daughter of Year. And it was produced by Eshon Burgundy. And it's like a hip hop soul vibe thing going on. And the idea behind it was to pack it with wisdom and to put like these songs also talks about some of my story personally and the wisdom I gleaned from those situations I'm talking about and things like that. And then Gather Them EP is an acoustic EP that I put out straight after I put out Daughter of Year because I was still feeling in that songwriter mode. So I have to go into different modes because I have different art forms. So I was still like, I still have more songs to put out. So then I did the EP and then I was able to get back to the canvas and start painting again or doing something else. So I have to do what, as it comes, I have to just get it out and do it. So that's what I released this year. Yeah.
And you're having fun with it.
Yeah, lots of fun. Lots of fun.
That's good stuff.
I love your artwork.
Oh, thank you.
I love to have one of your paintings when I build my studio because it's just so colorful and just so fun, right? So if you get a chance to, put something together for me.
Well, let me know what size, because I work quite big. I work with big canvases, and I like that I feel like I've got a lot to say. So a big canvas actually helps me express it, but it also helps with really getting those colors saying what they need to say, right? So if you have a big wall, then I could do that. But if you've got a smaller wall, that's fine as well. Just let me know what size you need, and then I can, because I work to the roll. I cut my own canvases to the size, so I can do whatever exact size you want, and then I will do a piece for you that I will meditate on the colors and the scriptures that I use to put something together for you specifically in your creative space. Yeah.
It's a big one, because when people walk in, I want them to go, wow.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I got you.
Can't wait. Listen, your voice is just tremendous to me. And the crazy thing about it, you don't try to sound like nobody else. You have your own sound, and that's what we need out here is your own personal sound. But then you're a multi-instrument person. And which one of the instruments you like playing the most?
I like them all for different reasons, but I guess if I'm performing and singing my songs, it's my voice, isn't it? My voice is the best instrument. And then to accompany the voice with guitar is my favorite. Guitar or ukulele, those two is my favorite. Strings, right? Yeah. So I play keys as well, but I actually prefer the sound of my voice with guitar when I play anyway. Yeah.
And I mean, you just killed it with the ukulele. My favorite song. God, I love that song so much.
I was in the studio today. I was in the art studio today painting, and I've been going through something. I've been going through some stuff recently, and I felt at the weekend, oh man, I just really need to get this out. But I'm telling you now, if I was living anywhere else, in any other circumstances, I just don't think it would make sense to me what I was expressing.
Yeah.
But because I've had the time here to really build and heal, or at least start that healing journey and be more open, more honest and more raw with it, because I feel safe. it's coming out in my work, man. And I feel like I'm creating some of the most exciting work I've ever created. I feel like I can write something in the most exciting way I've ever written. I don't have to hide. I don't have to wear a mask. I mean, I'm autistic and I've got ADHD as well. And I had a lot of masking in my upbringing, right? I learned to hide who I was and bury down deep because I was a weirdo and people didn't get it. And so, but here, I can just be myself and experience what that is for the first time authentically, even for myself. So like that's having an impact on what and the way that I approach creating now in all of my art forms and what I'm creating. And I'm realizing I'm like, I see the value in it now. Like before, I lacked that. I lacked understanding of the value. So a lot of artists don't know how to price their work, right? And so it's like, I did not understand the true value of everything that I was doing until I was put in this position where I was forced to. But I mean, living in a beautiful place where I can process a lot easier. And I also don't have the same challenges or challengers around me that I did before. So it's just, it's crazy for me right now. I'm having a renaissance, let's say, of the arts in my own life, a revival, right? Like, it's incredible. Last time I remember being this free to create was when I was a teenager. So like, this is what I'm experiencing is great. Yeah.
That's really good. Good stuff.
I love it. Tom?
In your own words, if you could sort of tell us a little bit about where you get your inspirations from for whether it be your music or the sort of things that you do in your art or the painting that you do. Where do you find the biggest kind of draw of inspiration from?
It does come from obviously human experience the most, because that's the most interesting thing for me to when I look at other people's work or when I'm listening to other people's music. Like, are they connected to what they're talking about? Do they know what on earth it is that they're talking about? And when you listen to music that way, because I'm interested in lyrics, I'm interested in what the person is doing. When I grew up, listening to the radio wasn't something I enjoyed at all. But when I heard Lauryn Hill, like her lyrics, her tone, the way she thought about everything she was putting together, that to me was, yeah, that's real, that's authentic. And she's got something to say and she's teaching and there's wisdom in what she's doing. And so it's not just the performance, it's not just, oh, you've got a great voice. It's what stories are you telling? Because that's what connects us as the human race. We're connected by the stories that we share and our shared experiences. So to me, being in the arts is also about connecting others. And so the only way you can do that for real in a way that's going to impact people is to be authentic. And so you need to talk about things that everyday people experience, and you are someone that experiences something, so share those. And so a lot of people are afraid to be honest about their experiences. A lot of people are afraid to admit the pains, the hurts, the trials. They're actually afraid. And I get that, because I used to be one of those people. I would mask, right? But now I'm like, actually, that's liberating. And it actually helps to liberate a whole other bunch of people. And diving more into like my visual work, I've learned that we don't create for accolades. We don't create for, well done, this is beautiful. That's not actually what makes us create. We create for posterity. If there is a message in me, I'm creating for the next generation then. We look at Van Gogh, and his work wasn't understood in his time. He was a forerunner. Right, he was doing something for a future time. Does that mean he shouldn't have created it, or he was a failure because he never sold a painting when he was alive? Yeah. No. Right. So that's not where we create from. So it has to be something else that's going on. And so for me, a lot of my inspiration is the process. I struggle with understanding certain things. How, right? So for me, the interest is, I like to know how things work or what brought something together. So I go into the process. So my work is a lot about processing, and then the end result is the end of that process and what it communicates. So my inspiration is real life experiences, but what it actually translates to. Is it, when it's painful, does it stay as pain, or do we get wisdom from that? Can we transform our pain into something that's more healing and more of a blessing to other people as well through the arts? It's kind of like that. I don't know if I explained that very well.
No, you did very much. I mean, I think as well, it shows sort of authenticity of what you're doing as well. The fact that it comes from personal experience, and if you can tell that from somebody, then they're not just singing the words because it's part of the song. You can feel that it's emotion to them. It's real for what they've experienced. It all shows
Yeah.
sort of that
I'll
authenticity.
share something quite personal with you now because I don't mind because it's out there. But on the mixtape of the Daughter of Yarn mixtape, there is a song that's called The King's Arms. Oh no, not the mixtape, sorry. I'm gonna go to the Gather Them EP. And there's a song on there that's called No One Like You. And that song is a worship song, but it's a love song to God for getting me through all the hardships I've been through. And as I was writing and recording this song, okay, I was feeling every ounce of the vulnerability that I have been placed in at least the last 2 to 3 years of what I've gone through. And I'm telling you, in terms of my marriage, in terms of that is the biggest thing that's blown up for me. Like, it's not good what I went through, right? And so that's what I'm transforming. But I'm telling you, man, it was like I was battling to get that song because I was really feeling it, but I was going through it emotionally as well. And you know what? I recorded it, felt really good about recording it. Absolutely mad. I don't know if you've ever been through a battle just to get a song out. And I wasn't expecting it because I wasn't writing about the pain. I was singing I was, but it was more like it's worth it, right? Is it worth going through all the pain that life throws at you? That's what it says. Maybe it's worth going through all the pain that life throws at you. Maybe it's worth all the trials and tribulations. I don't know. But maybe the only way to get there, my share in the inheritance with you, is to go through the fires of adversity and the waters of contrition. It's my mission to be close to you. And that, like, literally singing about walking through the pain and it's worth it. And the pain is like, hey, remember your pain.
Wow. You're a multidisciplinary kind of artist. So when you do your art and your painting and stuff, do you paint to music? Is there kind of is there a link? Is there a link between the artistry that you kind of listen to music while you paint, or what you kind of get inspiration from either or? How does that work for you?
Sometimes I can paint to music. But for I remember a few years ago now, I was modeling for an art class, not nude modeling. I was fully dressed. I was wearing bright colors and they wanted to draw this Caribbean queen. So I remember, and I actually asked them at the time, this is before I was doing my visual work, and I was asking them, do they paint to music? And they said, absolutely not, we can't. And I thought that was strange that they said that. And I was like, why can't you paint to music? They were like, no. And it's not until I started painting in my art studio. So before I got my art studio in London, I was painting outside or painting in the spare room. And I could listen to like lo-fi hip hop with no lyrics and just listen to that music. Also listening to classical music, anything chill out is really good to paint to. You can get into a rhythm. Yeah. But that depends on what it is I'm expressing at that time, I suppose. But for the majority of the time I'm in my workspace, when I got a dedicated workspace in my studio, I don't listen to music. I get it. I was like, no, I don't want to, because I need to express from. I know that creativity all comes from the same place, right? But when you've got these different art forms, you need to allow for that something different to come up. And because I'm a musician, if I listen to the music when I paint, it's going to have a different effect. I don't know how else to describe it. Yeah. I do have a painting project which is music. And what I mean by that is it's a visual form of a classical piece that I composed. I'm a classically trained. Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
And so then I have painted my own composition. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So there is a project I've done that. But for the majority of the work that I do, I paint in silence because my colors are really noisy. Right. So I don't know if I've got that thing where you see, because I do like my colors are like notes, right? So I know where they're supposed to go when I'm making up the composition of my canvas, and I don't need to hear music because the colors are doing everything. I need the colors to be pure on their own, singing it harmoniously on visually. I mean, so what colors are to my eyes is the notes to my ears. And so, it's a feeling when it all comes together. So sometimes I can work to music, but majority of the time, no.
Yes, fair enough.
Well, I love you so much, and thank you for the privilege of your time today.
Thank you,
And
Ennie, for joining us.
we did a tune for about 5G called Toxified. It's on YouTube. If you guys can check it out. Toxified, right?
Absolutely.
And
that was a song for a film as well, wasn't it?
yes.
Yes.
About 5G and all that stuff. We did it during the COVID thing. But it's beautiful. People love it, shoot, it's really, really cool. Tom's gonna get all your information so we can spread the love, okay?
Awesome. Yeah.
I don't know if you have, but I just want to know any kind of social media handles that you got, or any kind of website where people could maybe check out your art or check out your music at all.
Yeah, so you can get me on Facebook, and you can get me on Instagram, and you can get me on X, and all of those handles are ENNMusic, ENNE music, all one word. I'm on TikTok, and it's mum.nft. Mum spelled the British way, MUM.nft, because I also do NFTs, which is conversation for another time.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Instagram, is at ENNMusic. Twitter is the same, and it's the same also on Facebook.
That's cool. Well, we're going to put those links in the bottom of the description of the video here, so people can go and find them there and check it out.
Yeah.
Love you, sister.
Care.
Love you. You take care.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all come together, music can save the world.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.